Good evening. We are Group 6 and we are here to present a topic that is increasingly relevant in our society, the ethical implications of technology in education with a specific focus on digital equity. Our team comprises four individuals: myself, Felicity Lee, Ahmad Ashri Ismail, Diana Juniza Juanis, and Siti Nushada binti Fariza. For introduction, our presentation centers on the revolution in learning brought about by technological advancement, which have opened new doors for opportunity while also presenting significant challenges. Our focus today is on digital equity, and our research conducted at the public university in Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia, examines the ethical considerations surrounding the integration of technology in education with a particular emphasis on ensuring equal access for all students. Our research was conducted in a public university in Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia, and the research problem we tackle is clear. Unequal access to technology is a barrier that affects student performance and engagement. In a world where digital tools are becoming increasingly integral to education, this inequality poses a significant ethical questions. How can we ensure that all students, regardless of their socio-economic background, have equal access to the technological resources necessary for their education? The significance of our study lies in its potential to inform policy decisions aimed at promoting fair access to educational technology. So, by addressing these disparities, we hope to contribute to the broader conversion on ethical advancement in education and foster a more equitable learning environment. However, we must acknowledge the limitations of our research. The study is based on responses from 42 students, which means further research is needed to explore the applicability of our findings across diverse educational settings. And now I will hand it over to Siti Nushada to present through the next slide on literature review.
Okay, hi. I will explain about teacher review. So the ethical implication of technology integration in education refers to the incorporation of software, that online resources and digital tools to enhance both teaching and learning experience in the classroom setting. As education evolves, digital tools such as artificial intelligence, or we call AI, and virtual reality and online learning platforms are reshaping the way to student engage with content. By research by Akram et al. 2022, it suggests that teachers believe the integration of technology has a significant impact on student performance, which enhance the engagement that fosters collaboration and promote more on active participant in classroom activities. And the benefits are evident. The ethical implication of technology integration must be critically examined. These include the concerns about the data privacy, algorithm bias, and the roles of AI in shaping educational autonomy. Basically, on this literature review explores both the advantages and ethical concern of technology integration, highlighting key studies that provide into the opportunities and challenges of digital learning environments. All right, basically, one of the most significant advancements in educational technology is the use of artificial intelligence, or AI, and virtual reality (VR) in the STEM education. As we know, STEM education is very popular in nowadays for preschool and for preschool, primary school, and secondary school. Joseph and Azandao 2024 found that these technologies are very give contribute to personalized learning by tailoring instruction to individual students' needs. AI powered platform analyze student progress and adjust lesson plan academically, while VR enhance the engagement through immersive simulation. However, as this technology become more prevalent, ethical concerns are regarding student privacy, teacher autonomy, and fairness in algorithm decision making must be addressed. Basically, in the role and the benefits of technology integration in education, research highlights the positive impact of technology on student learning's outcome. As mentioned by Rashid and Asghar 2016, they found that the technology has a direct positive relationship with students' performance and engagement. And the digital tools enable self-paced learnings, immediate feedback, and interactive participation, which to improve the student to being motivated and comprehension. Additionally, online resources help bridge learning gaps by providing access to diverse educational materials, learning management system, or we call LMS, such as Google Classroom and Moodle, allow students to collaborate beyond traditional classroom setting, and it making education more flexible and inclusive. Despite this benefit, ethical challenges arise, and particularly in data privacy, AI bias, and digital equity. Okay, one of the primary ethical concerns in educational technology is data privacy and security. As stated by Elier et al. 2021, argue that educational software programs collect personal information from students, leading to a loss of control over their data. So many online platforms store student data without their full understanding, raising concerns about how this information is used and shared. So another ethical issue is the digital divide. While technology enhances accessibility, students from low income backgrounds uh, may struggle with limited access to digital resources, which is this will raises question about fairness and equity in education. So the integration of AI in education has transformed the role of teachers. Duan and Zhou 2024 found that AI positively give impact on the teacher's professional development and autonomous behaviors while we reducing the digital burnout. So AI powered tool assist in grading, lesson planning, and personalized student assessment, which is allowing the educators to focus more on interactive teaching. However, reliance on AI driven decision may reduce teachers' autonomy in curriculum design and limit students' control over their learning. So, ethical framework suggests that technology should complement rather than replace human judgment in education. While numerous studies highlight the benefits and challenges of technology integration, several gaps remain. So, first, long-term studies on student data privacy are needed to understand how digital footprints impact the future opportunities. So, second, ethical guidelines for AI in education must be developed to ensure fairness, transparency, and accountability in decision making. So, lastly, more research is required to assess to find the effectiveness of the policies addressing the digital divide, ensuring the equal access to technology for all students. So, technology integration in education offer very significant advantages in enhancing learning experience, whereas the improve the engagement of just between children and teachers and promoting the personalized instruction. However, the ethical challenges such as the data privacy, AI bias, and digital equity must be carefully considered, and future research should be focused more on developing policies that very balance innovation with ethical responsibility to ensure that the technology serve as a tool for inclusive, fair, and square for education. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
So part 3 is research question. So the purpose of constructing this questionnaire is to investigate the ethical implications of technology integration in education by gathering insights from students regarding their experiences, concerns, and perceptions. The questionnaire is designed to assess key ethical issues such as data privacy, digital surveillance, algorithmic bias, and digital equity, as well as students' views on the fairness and inclusivity of technology used in education. So the first part for demographic, this study explores the ethical implication of educational technology, emphasizing how demographic factors such as gender, age, faculty, socioeconomic background, and geographic location influence students' experiences. These variables highlight disparities in access and interaction with digital tools, informing strategies for equitable technology integration. So for the demographic or single choice, this question gather basic background information about respondent, helping to identify trends and patterns in how different groups experience technology in education. So we have gender, age group, faculty that establish basic identity and academic context. So for socioeconomic background, location provide insight into financial status and geographic setting, which can influence access to technology. The B series question assess students' access to devices, internet reliability, and institutional support. These factors are crucial for digital inclusion and ensuring students can effectively participate in online learning. The research question derived from this item examines how technology access impacts student learning experiences and digital equity. So the binary yes, no, maybe, this question assess direct access, confidence, and perception of technology used in education. For B1, B3, and B5, measure access to personal devices, internet, and institutional support. For C6 and C7, examine digital training and confidence in using technology. For D1, D7, and E3, explore ethical concerns and fairness in technology adoption. For C7 is to examine digital training and confidence in using technology. For D1, D7, and E2 is to explore ethical concerns and fairness in technology adoption. The Likert scale or ordinal. So this question provides nuanced insights into the frequency, concern, or impact of technology-related aspect. So for B1 and B4 is to identify primary devices used and frequency of technical issues. For C1, C2, and C3 is to evaluate digital literacy skills and usage of technology for learning activities. For C4 and C5 is to evaluate digital literacy skills and usage of technology for learning activities. For D3, D4, D5, and D6 is to measure concerns levels regarding ethical issues like data privacy, surveillance, and unequal access. For E1 and E3, to assess overall learning experience and academic performance changes due to technology. And lastly, for open-ended, this question allow respondents to elaborate on their personal experiences and provide recommendations for improvement. So for D2 and D8, it capture personal experiences with ethical concerns and digital inequity solutions. For E4 and E5 is to explore challenges faced and questions and suggestion for making technology integration more equitable. That's all for research question.
Data collection. The study used quantitative approach and an online questionnaire has been distributed using a Google form to one of a public university. Then we collected 42 respondents and these respondents are anonymous with no personally identifiable information collected to protect the privacy of the respondents. Descriptive statistics were used to summarize the demographic characteristics and the key variables of the study. The data that collected was input into SPSS version 29. So the survey respondents were majority female, which is 69%, with males making up 31% of the participants. Most of the respondents, about 54.8%, fell within the 20 to 21 years old group age range, while the others is from the age 18 to 19 group age and only a few above the 25 years old. In terms of socio-economic background, 61.9% identified as middle income, while 14.3% reported being high income and 4.8% is low income. Geographically, 42.9% of the respondents were from urban areas, with the remaining residing in suburban locations. The survey revealed that 100% of the respondents had access to a personal device for educational purposes, with laptops being the most commonly used, which is 38.1%, followed by tablets, 23.3%, and smartphones, 23.8%. While 100% also reported having an internet access, 52.4% noted inconsistent or unreliable connections, and the rest have a good connections of internet for their studies. In terms of digital literacy, 76.2% of the respondents rated their skills as intermediate, 9.5% as advanced, and 14.3% as beginners. Academically, respondents demonstrated a generally positive outcomes with a mean performance score of 1.21 and standard deviation of 0.52. Reliability analysis was performed to assess the internal consistency of the digital literacy and the ethical consent scales. So for the digital literacy scales, show a good reliability with the Chromebox Alpha 0.752 with all the items contributing positively to the scale's consistency. For the ethical consent scales, it demonstrated a high internal consistency with a Chromebox alpha of 0.858 with all the items showing strong corrected item total correlation, which is more than 0.7. So these results confirm that both scales, which is the digital literacy and the ethical consent scales, are both reliable measures of their respective construction. Independent sample t-test was conducted to compare the digital literacy levels and the academic performance between students from urban and suburban areas. Respondents from urban areas uniformly rated their digital literacy skills as 2.0, while suburban respondents had a slightly lower average rating of 1.92 with some variability in their responses. This suggests more consistency in self-rated digital literacy skills among the urban respondents compared to suburban students. While in terms of academic performance, there was no significant difference in academic performance between the urban and the suburban students. So these findings suggest that while urban students tend to have a higher digital literacy levels, there is no significant difference in academic performance based on the geographic locations. Factor analysis was conducted to identify the underlying dimensions in the survey items related to digital literacy. The Kaiser-Meyer-Okin KMO measure of sampling adequacy was 0.54, indicating the data was suitable for factor analysis, while the Bartlett's test of sphericity was significant with chi-square of 54.194, confirming the presence of meaningful relationships among the variables. Using this principal component analysis with varimax rotations, two distinct factors emerge, explaining the 94.083% of the total variance. So this suggests that the first two components, which is the digital literacy and the ethical concerns, are the most significant in explaining the variability in the data, and the third component, which is the surveillance educational concerns, may be less important. The results indicated that the data can be effectively reduced to two principal components while retaining most of the information. Pearson correlation analysis was performed to examine the relationship between the key variables, including the digital literacy, reliable internet access, and the academic performance. There's a moderate positive correlation between how technology has affected academic performance and the digital literacy skills. This suggests that as respondents rate their digital literacy skills higher, they tend to report a more positive impact of technology on their academic performance. And then there is no significant correlation between how technology has affected academic performance and reliable internet access. So these findings suggest that higher digital literacy skills are associated with more positive impact of technology on academic performance. The last analysis was the linear regression analysis. It is conducted to predict the academic performance based on digital literacy, reliable internet access, and the socio-economic background. Based on the results, the digital literacy have a significant predictor of academic performance, and also the internet access also have a significant positive effect, while the socio-economic background did not have any significantly effect to predict the academic performance.
In our research discussion, we delve into a critical aspect of modern education, the ethical implications of technology integration with a particular focus on digital equity. As technology becomes an integral part of our educational frameworks, we face pressing ethical challenges, more notably the need to ensure that all students have equitable access to digital resources. As reviewed in our research, while the ownership of devices is high among students, the consistencies of internet connectivity remains a challenge. And this issue is particularly pronounced in rural areas, where students often find themselves at a disadvantage compared to their urban counterparts. Although urban students report higher digital literacy, interestingly, there is no significant difference in academic performances across these demographics. Our research discussion also brought us to a critical challenge: the reliability of the Internet, which directly impacts the effective use of technology in educational settings. It is not just about providing devices, it's also about ensuring these tools are utilized effectively to enhance learning outcomes. Universities and educational institutions must take active roles in supporting this process, going beyond mere technology provision. From a policy perspective, we recognize the unique challenges faced by different regions. Tailored interventions are necessary to bridge the digital literacy gap between urban and rural areas. Educational policies must be customized, taking local context into account to ensure they are both relevant and effective. For conclusion and future directions in our discussion, achieving digital equity is a complex endeavor that demands coordinated efforts. Continuous research will be vital to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of technology and education. By working together, we can strive towards a future where every student, regardless of their background, has equal access to the digital tools they need to succeed. For recommendations in our research, digital literacy programs should be championed and cater to the diverse needs of students. And these programs will empower students to harness technology effectively and responsibly. For collaboration, for connectivity, we must foster partnerships between universities, policymakers, and tech providers to improve internet infrastructure. This is particularly crucial in areas where access is limited, ensuring that all students have the connectivity they need. As for equity in education policies, policies must be crafted with a focus on bridging the urban rural digital literacy gap. By addressing the specific needs of diverse communities, we can make strides toward true educational equity. As for the ethical research and policy, ongoing research into the ethical implication of technology in education is essential. And these insights will guide us in crafting fair and inclusive educational policies that reflect our commitment to ethical practice. In conclusion, technology holds transformative potential for education, promising to reshape learning experiences and broaden access. However, this promise is not without ethical challenges. We must navigate these waters with caution, ensuring that the integration of technology does not compromise our core educational values. And our research underscores the critical issues of digital equity, particularly access and digital literacy. While these tools offer new opportunities, they also highlight existing disparities. Internet connectivity, especially in suburban and rural areas, remains a significant barrier. So, in closing, while technology in education offers remarkable promise, it is imperative that we approach its integration with thoughtfulness and care. By focusing on digital equity and literacy, we can unlock the full potential of technology while ensuring a fair and inclusive learning environment for all. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you.